The sun hung low over Jerusalem, casting long shadows across the city gate where King David sat, his eyes fixed on the horizon. His heart was a tangled knot of hope and dread. His son Absalom, with his flowing hair and fiery spirit, had turned against him, raising an army to seize the throne. The rebellion had torn Israel apart, pitting father against son in a bitter civil war. Yet David, the warrior king who had slain giants, could not harden his heart against his child. Before the battle, he had commanded his generals, Joab, Abishai, and Ittai, "Deal gently with the young man Absalom for my sake." His voice had trembled, betraying a father's love that no betrayal could extinguish. Now, as the battle raged in the forest of Ephraim, David waited at the gate, his crown heavy, his hands restless. A watchman called from the tower, spotting a runner in the distance. David's pulse quickened. "If he is alone, there is news," he murmured, clinging to the hope of good tidings. The runner, Ahimaaz, arrived breathless, his face etched with urgency. "All is well," he gasped, reporting victory for David's army. But when David asked, "Is the young man Absalom safe?" Ahimaaz faltered, unable to speak the truth. A second runner, a Cushite, arrived, and his words fell like a stone. "May the enemies of my lord the king be as that young man is." Absalom was dead, caught in an oak tree by his hair, struck down despite David's plea. David's world shattered. He staggered up the stairs to the chamber above the gate, his royal robes trailing, his strength gone. "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom," he cried, his voice breaking with each word. "Would I had died instead of you, O Absalom, my son, my son." The words echoed through the stone walls, a father's anguish laid bare. Tears streamed down his weathered face as he sank to his knees, his crown forgotten. Absalom, the son who had betrayed him, was still his child, the boy he had held, taught, loved. In that moment, the throne meant nothing. Only the loss of his son consumed him. Alone, David turned to God, his prayers a wordless groan, seeking solace for a wound too deep for words. The victory that day was hollow, overshadowed by a father's grief. Yet in his sorrow, David's heart turned to the Lord, the only one who could bear such pain. His tears were a prayer, a silent plea for forgiveness, for healing, for the son he could not save. In time, God would restore David's strength, but the scar of Absalom's loss would remain, a reminder of love's cost and God's enduring mercy. Prayerful reflection. David's cry reveals a father's heart, broken yet bound to love. His grief teaches us that even in our deepest losses, we can turn to God, who understands the pain of losing a child. David's story invites us to bring our sorrow to the Lord, trusting Him to carry us through the valleys of despair. His prayerful surrender, though wordless, reminds us that God hears the cries of a broken heart and offers comfort that outlasts our tears. Closing prayer. Lord, like David, we bring our grief to you, our hearts heavy with loss. You see our tears and know our pain. Comfort us as you comforted David, and give us peace in your unchanging love. Amen. Please share and subscribe. Click on the link in my bio or copy it to your browser to download the script.